Hi, welcome to my channel, Michelle Gay Science Teacher. Today we are going to be doing an easy experiment on hard and soft water. This experiment is being done for you, the teacher, whether you are a private school teacher, public school, or a homeschool parent. I'm going to give you the steps to an experiment that you can replicate and do with your students. This experiment can be done with several topics. If you follow local standards or national science standards, you can do this with the water cycle, weather, weathering, or erosion even, because it's all about the water. And this experiment can be done in one day. And I'm going to talk to you about how to prep for this experiment, how to plan for this experiment, and at the end, I'm going to show you a PowerPoint that I've created that you can use also for yourself or with your students. All right, I hope you're excited as I am. And if you have any questions throughout this video, leave them in the comment section for me. You can leave more than one question and I will be happy to answer them as soon as possible. Let's get started.
Pure water is simply H2O. Most water is a mixture of H2O and many other minerals. For instance, hard water has calcium and magnesium in it, where soft water just has H2O, hydrogen and oxygen bonds in it. And because we have minerals in our water, it's because of our water being soaked in soil.
All right, so let's look first at making our hard water. So you're going to need 100 milliliters of distilled water, or you will need 3 ounces. We're going to pour that in one jar. Now, this jar is small, so what I'm going to do is take half of it out. I'm going to only we're going to put 50 milliliters of distilled water. If you have a larger jar, you can use more. There we go. That's much better. So we're going to do 50. Now that's the other thing. So as the teacher, test this out to make sure before you just hand all this to the students and they fill it up and they say, oh, Miss Gay, this is filled up, and then you've got to troubleshoot. That's part of your planning. All right, so we're going to put that in this jar. So now we have our distilled water. So in order to make our hard water, we're going to need a half teaspoon of Epsom salt. And now that I'm thinking about it, because I used less, we're going to do 1/4. Get that in there and stir it. Now, I would let my students do this part because they need to understand this process. You know, we're not just doing an experiment with them. We're also teaching them process information for science also, because when it comes to science, we go through different processes. All right? So this is our hard. Have your students take a marker and label their jar, or you can pre-label the jar. All right. Now we're going to do our soft. The soft just needs a pinch of borax. Okay. We're going to stir that. I'm going to let this dissolve and sit for a moment. So we have our hard water, our soft water. So we're going to take the 1/4 teaspoon and put our dishwashing liquid in to the hard water. Have the students put their cap on tightly, and they're going to shake it for 30 seconds. So if you would like for them to have a timer, then that's going to be a decision that you can make, or they can look at the clock in the classroom and shake for 30 seconds. Once they finish shaking, they want it to settle. Once it settles, they're going to take their ruler and measure from the line, from the water line. And so this one, we're going to take the cap off. It may come out. All right. So this one, it went all the way to the top. And so if we measure, it's about 3.5 centimeters. And then that's when they would record it on their sheet. And you can have them have a chart for it. You can make a chart for them. And now if you're doing this, let's say on a Google slide, a Google document, they can go back in and type that in if needed, or have them recorded on the sheet and then go back and type it in. Now I did this, I'm only doing it one time. I like for my students to test things 3 times. So this is when it comes into management. My students would have more than, they would have 3 jars, total of 6 jars per group, so that they can do the test 3 times so they can see the difference. All right, let's go to our next one. This is the soft water. Put the lid on tight, and they're going to shake again for 30 seconds. Okay. This is going to be a little difficult because let's look at our lines. Yep, they're about the same. So we're going to take this lid off. But our suds actually went all the way in the cap of this one. So we actually have more. So let's measure. Now I'm wondering if my water line, nope, it's right, okay. So if I really went and it continued up to the top, it would probably be about 4 centimeters. So that's why you go back and you have them do this more than one time, because they will see the difference. Also, I would let it settle for a while, looking at the 2 different ones. Also, have your students observe how the water actually looks. So this is our hard water, this is our soft water. Have them observe that the hard water is cloudy. And so you can use that to explain how the minerals are in there and how they can definitely build up and leave residue behind. You can begin to talk about also cleaning. Like what can happen to the shower? What can happen to the bathtub, the face bowl from hard water compared to soft water? Those are the things that you can look at. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you have any questions or you need for me to clarify something, please leave that comment for me in the comment section of this video, and I'm going to share a link to the slide that I've just shown you so that you can go back and do this with your students. If you would like more videos like this in the future, please leave me a thumbs up, because I would love to do more so that I can empower you to go in your classroom or in your kitchen with your children and do this science lesson or other science labs with them. Thanks, friends. Have a great day, and I will see you next time.